I don't think people quite understand just how bad the damage in Asheville, North Carolina and surrounding areas from Hurricane Helene actually is. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the crazy amount of damage that Hurricane Helene caused in Asheville, North Carolina and the surrounding area. Now, before I get into anything, I'm not trying to discount any other area. I'm not trying to discount what's happening in the Tennessee mountains or in South Georgia, Atlanta, or South Carolina, West Virginia, even if you guys got rain, the western part of Virginia. I'm not trying to discount any area, but I want to laser focus on Asheville, North Carolina, because the damage is far beyond what most people think. This is a hurricane akin to Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Andrew. It's one of these once in a lifetime, once every 20, 30, 40 year type storms. And for this part of the country, it will probably never happen again. They get flash flooding in Asheville. They get things like that. But a hurricane after a big rainstorm came and saturated the ground and elevated the levels of water is unheard of. Now, let's go ahead and get into a few things here. We have people underground, people that are in Asheville, from Asheville, and they're going to talk about what's happening. And I feel like it's best to talk to them or hear their point of view, because we're not hearing that much from the mainstream media. I'm not saying the media is ignoring it. Don't misunderstand me. But I think not enough attention is being paid to these people, and we really need it right now. So let's go ahead and put this on the screen. And of course, I will link to everything in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Why didn't they evacuate? Why didn't they evacuate? I keep seeing that. I need people to understand people were evacuating to go to the mountains, aka Asheville, aka to Tennessee, to get away from Helene. Biltmore is terrible, and it's not even built to withhold floodings. Yes, I get that. I've lived in Asheville for 6 years. We get flash floodings. What you guys don't understand, the dam broke. I haven't been able to get in contact with my friends until today. There's no power. There's no water. The images coming out of Asheville right now are heartbreaking. Some people lost everything. I don't even know where the death toll stands right now, but I'm pretty sure like over the coming days, it's just gonna keep rising. People are still trapped in Asheville. Some places got it worse. Some people's homes are floating away. I keep seeing videos that are just like coming out of Asheville, where I used to live, completely underwater. I was trying to book a flight to go back in and to look for my friends. No flights are going in. The roads are cut out. There's a lot of mountain slides, so the roads are literally eroding away. Thank God.
Look at this. Look at all the roads. It's a mess. And one thing about it, before she continues, a lot of the roads into and out of Asheville are unavailable. I saw a road sign that says, "Do not travel in Western North Carolina." You see, with Hurricane Katrina, what happened was the system they already had in place to keep floodwaters out failed, quote unquote, and it hit one particular area of the city, and they were caught off guard. They didn't see it coming. It happened well after the storm was over with, and what you saw in the Superdome and that whole thing is the result. But they still had houses that were up. They still had infrastructure. What you see right here is no infrastructure, no houses, complete devastation. Not only in Nashville, but again, the surrounding area. Much different than Katrina, and in my humble opinion, much worse. But let's continue.
I got in touch with some of them. They're able to leave now, and they're trying to find a route to just get out. But I need y'all to understand something. Asheville is not Florida. They're not going to get ready for a hurricane like Florida. With that being said, people were evacuating the coast to go to the mountains to get away from the hurricane. That's what y'all need.
And then also, it hit so quickly. There was no warning. People that lived there said within 2 hours, it started raining again, because it had rained before. That's one thing about it. It had rained like a day or two before that in that area, and there was a lot of rain that was dropped. Then here comes the hurricane, outer bands, remnants, whatever, or even kind of a tropical storm, and then that hits. So you already got elevated water levels, saturated ground. The water can't go anywhere but channelized. Basically, you got any kind of creek, river bed that's low with towns around it, that's all going to get filled up, and it's going to become an even more of it's going to be rapid flowing water. Okay, down mountains and all that kind of stuff. It's just a mess. Now, this guy has the right idea, and I implore all of you to do the exact same thing he's talking about. Check it out.
currently sunny North Carolina. I am just south of Asheville, and a lot of people have asked, how is it, if there's no power, no water, no cell signal, how is it that you're broadcasting? Sounds so.
Now, you already hear what's going on in the background. If you know the noise, you know the noise. But he's going to tell you how he's able to broadcast and whatnot with no power. Because let's not forget, no power, no water, no real way to get supplies in because all the roads are damaged. So it's kind of difficult to do anything right now, depending upon where you are in the area.
Sauce. Well, I'm a prepper. Now, also do understand that cell coverage in my area did come on last night at 10:30, but before that I was still broadcasting. How would I do that? Is it devilry? No, it's a Starlink. It's normal satellite. You can get them through Amazon.
Now, Starlink, this is Elon Musk's thing, right? Where you can get internet from the satellite. You could go on Amazon and get you a receiver. I don't know how much they cost. If you guys know about how to set it up, how much they cost, let me know in the comments. But it's not inaccessible. You can get that. You can get that. Absolutely.
But how would I power it? Well, I would use generators, or let me show you these. I have two portable power stations. This one's currently mostly full. I charged it up while my generator was running earlier. But when it's off, when the generator's off, these portable power stations give me AC power and USB charging. I've got two of them, got them off of Amazon. They cost you about $100 and they take about 2 hours of AC power to fill up. You can also fill them through your cigarette lighter in your car if you don't have access to a generator.
They also have solar power banks. I'm not sure if they're going to have that much of capacity, but they do have those. I had one of those before.
Now you can take this around and power the other things you need. You can also trickle charge them through solar panels. Even a solar panel like this.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Which is just folding 10 small panel. You can get it at any hiking store, or you can get it from Amazon. And you just run your USB right off of it, and you can plug it into your phone. I put this out this morning when my phone was down to 15%. Did some morning chores, and by the time I came back, this thing in early morning sun had charged me 30 points.
Right on.
Hello.
So my man right here has the right idea. Be ready, because one thing I learned about the situation, and again, going back to Katrina, it's the same. It's very similar to me. It's kind of eerily similar. During Katrina, the feeling was nobody was coming to save these people. They were pretty much just out there languishing. Nobody was coming to save them. They were in their house for days. It drowned after days of trying to wait for help. The moral of the story before we continue is you need to be ready, be prepared for emergencies, disasters, or whatever. Have your ammunition, have your food, have your water, have your power resources, gas, propane, electricity, whatever. Be ready for these things to happen. All right, because it can happen, it will happen. And nobody will save you but you. Now, here's the river that I showed before. Well, I don't know if it should. Yeah, it was a river, but it just got way out of control. I was going to say, I'm not sure if it was a river at first or if it became a river. But even if that wasn't the river, it's a river now because it's enough of an area to channelize. You see, it's narrow enough for the water to fill up. And now gravity, especially with the mountains going from high to low, you just got a rapid flow of water. You got a waterfall.
I want the 107 bridge.
See, waterfalls happening right there under this piece of infrastructure. The whole thing gone. Now we got more here. I'm gonna turn it down. It's just music, but you can see how bad this is. This is Asheville again. You can see how bad this is. It's complete devastation. You didn't see this in Katrina. Katrina, you just had a lot of flooding at once. It wasn't like roads and whatnot were completely washed away. Hill slides, because there ain't no hills in the flatland area. This is why it's rare for a hurricane to hit a mountainous area. It almost never happens.
Just to give you an understanding of the devastation we're dealing with here. Chimney Rock's gone. Flying Bridge is gone. And the fucking road's gone. So, I don't know what they're going to do.
Like, you see all this debris and whatnot right here? That was a road. See right there? The road's right there. And you can see in the back here, you got some double lines, yellow lines. That was a road. All gone. All gone.
To get us out of here, but we got to figure it out. 'Cause this shit's crazy.
Yeah, that was a town.
All right, guys.
That was a town center, and it's all gone. It's all done. All right, now somebody was on the road as it was collapsing. Okay, I'm gonna turn that down. But somebody was on the road. You see, now you got this raging water, high elevation and low elevation, channelizing, and you can see how the hill is slipping. Like, it was slipping as they were on it. And I've seen hill slips. Y'all know I was born in West Virginia, and I've been to the Yeager Airport on top of the mountain. And one time, not while I was flying there, thank goodness, but the way the airport is like on top of this hill, and it just flattened the hill up to make the airport. And it's crazy when you coming into it, like you're about to crash into the hillside. Like, when you seeing it, it's like you're about to just hit the hill, but you barely just cross over the hill and land, because you approach the edge, the cliff of the hill to land. But that particular airport had a hill slip, and it was pretty bad. The road and everything was collapsed. So imagine this kind of water in that situation. Okay, imagine that. Like, this water is just, and these are towns, these are people. And I want to say one more thing as I close. In the Appalachian areas, you got a lot of towns that are spread out. Small towns, not a lot of people, and rural. So when this happens, it's like you might not, it's hard to even know where anyone is. It's difficult to do rescue efforts. And again, this happened so quickly. They had like little to no time to respond. An hour, 2 hours. What are you going to do? And who would have thought that this would happen up in the mountains? But it did. It did. Okay, so yeah, as I close, I want to say this. Rest in peace to all those who passed away. Prayers out to your families. All those who are missing, still suffering, still trying to get communication. Hey, you know, all I could do is say, hopefully our government, hopefully state, local volunteers, anyone gets to you and can help you in a situation. I'm just trying to bring light to it. I'm just trying to do my part, because I feel like it's not being talked about enough. This, when it's all said and done, will be worse than Katrina, Andrew, Hugo, all of those, in my humble opinion. I hope, as I close, I hope that it's not. I hope that I'm wrong. But from what I'm seeing, I don't think that I'm wrong. And ultimately, I want there to be a sense of urgency to get there on the ground and rescue these people. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what's happening here with Hurricane Helene and the damage? Asheville, North Carolina, other parts of Tennessee, maybe even Virginia, maybe like Bristol, Big Stone. I'm not sure if it went that way out there. Up and down 81. What's that? 77 in West Virginia, 75 here in Tennessee. I-40 got washed out in Western North Carolina. Hopefully everyone is accounted for. Hopefully everyone is saved, and let there be no dollar amount saved. Let there be no dollar amount gone unspent that's needed to help these people. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.